the Warriors are a tough matchup because Wiggins is now the league's best four. Klay, I mean, they're really an intriguing team. On nights where Poole's playing well, it's Steph, it's Poole, it's Klay, it's Wiggins, and they also they're so small, but the league's getting small. I mean, let's be honest about it. The league's getting really small.
Doncic is playing 5. Giannis is playing 5. Like that, you have point centers now. Essentially, it's just the way people are operating.
I think Golden State's a handful. First of all, Spencer Dinwiddie was on fire.
Yep.
With Spencer, I feel like Spencer's the kind of guy you get about 2 games like that a series. You know what I mean? And that's not a knock on him, but he's a B.
Sure.
And the A's, Luka gives you that game 6 games.
Yeah.
So I think Golden State, you know them better than I do, but I think I also think you could throw Draymond at him. You could throw Kuminga at him. You could throw, you know what I mean? Like you could just throw more bodies than feet because Kuminga's 6'7", 220. You wouldn't put him on for a long stretch, but between Draymond and him, it's a tough matchup. And I think Luka could have an off game or 2.
Yeah. I don't have an answer because you're right. Kuminga, Andrew Wiggins, Draymond Green, you could rotate those guys on to Doncic, and you're going to give him a tougher challenge than the Phoenix Suns were able to do with Chris Paul and Mikal Bridges, and
none of those guys were.
I mean,
none of them fit.
Jay Crowder. None of those guys can bother Doncic once he figures you out. But there's also Jalen Brunson. You know, they have other playmakers, and I have to kind of sit back and think about who I like going into this series, because the Warriors are not the Warriors of old. Klay Thompson had a great game 6, but for the most part, he's not Klay Thompson anymore. Steph Curry, I was watching that game with a couple of buddies, and they were like, "What's wrong with Steph?" And I was like, "He's lost like a quarter step." And so he doesn't get the same airspace on his 3, and he doesn't get to the rim to be able to finish in the same way. It's just, he was always working with a very small margin and maximizing it. And now the margin has shrunk even more. Yes. So you have to have Jordan Poole going. You have to have Klay giving you some semblance. Draymond Green has to be good. Like, and Wiggins has to be efficient. And you're talking about guys in Wiggins and Poole who just have never been on this. They've never been on the stage before.
That's right.
So they're kind of figuring it out.
Yeah.
So I don't have an answer for you yet on exactly what kind of series we're going to get. I hope we get a long one because it's going to be intriguing.